Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be repotting my Monstera. So this plant I've had for a while. It has been producing leaves like crazy. It grows a lot, but I've noticed recently that it has not put out any new growth. So I have had it in the pot that it came in. So in its nursery pot since I've purchased it. I will insert a picture of what it looked like when I first got it. But today it is going to get a new home. It's going to go into this pot here. And I've already washed this pot out. It's pretty much dry. So right now I have the plant in this little basket. It's obviously not going to fit. So I'm going to repot it into here. I will show you the pot that it's in. So it's in a super tiny pot. Can you see that? Super tiny pot for this big, huge plant. So I am going to start off. So this is the soil that I'm going to be using. It's the ocean forest potting soil from, I think it's from Fox Farm. Yeah, from Fox Farm. So I'm going to use this soil. I already have some of the soil in this container with some perlite, some orchid bark, and I'm now going to add some worm castings into the soil. So these are the worm castings that I have. And I'm just going to put a little bit into the soil, and then we can repot this Monstera. I am also going to use a moss pole to try to stake the Monstera because it does grow out of control. Okay, so that's probably good. I used about a cup and a half. I don't want to use too many worm castings, but that should be good. So I'm just going to mix this up here real quick, and then I will repot this plant. So I am kind of nervous to see the roots. It is probably so root bound. The soil is probably depleted of nutrients, and this poor plant just needs some new soil and a bigger home so it can grow some more leaves for me. Alright, so now that is all mixed up, I am just going to fill some in the bottom here. Okay. So I was afraid that this pot was going to be too big, but I think it will be just fine for this plant. Alright, now I'm going to take, I have so many, I don't know, is the camera crooked? Let me try to fix it, hold on. Okay, that might be a little better. So I have so many of these bamboo stakes in this plant. Let me see if I can get them out. Just because I've been trying to hold this plant up, it's just been growing out of control. So I have these little bamboo stakes, and they've been doing a pretty good job, but this plant really needs to be repotted. All right, and I have a couple more. There's one here, and there is one here. Okay. Now let's take this plant out of its pot and see what the roots look like. Okay, so I'm going to take the plant out of this pot. It feels really root bound. I can hardly get it out. I might have to cut this pot this plastic nursery pot off of this. Oh, nope, here it goes. Okay. Totally root bound. Let me show you what it looks like. So it's totally root bound. Look at all those roots. Poor plant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little plant, but I promise I will get you a new home and new soil so you can grow. All right. Let me just loosen up these roots a little bit here. So I'm just kind of sticking my fingers in here and loosening up the roots a little bit, just so this plant can spread out and grow some more leaves for me. Okay. So I think that should be good. Got it pretty loose here. And so I'm just going to stick it down in this pot. I might want it up a little bit higher, so I'm going to put a little bit more dirt or soil down in here. Okay. Maybe I don't want to get these aerial roots covered, so let me hold these up as well. Okay. Now I'm just going to start filling in the soil. Alright, so I have that side pretty much filled up. Now I'm just going to turn the pot and fill up this other side. I know you guys probably cannot see me, but I promise I'm in here. This plant is so huge. I keep this plant, it is near my south-facing window. It's probably pulled back a couple of feet, but I do notice I have to rotate it at least every 2 days because it does reach towards the light, towards the sun. And if I don't rotate it, it gets very lopsided. Alright, so I think I'm almost done filling in soil here. I'm trying to hold the plant up while I put the soil in. Okay. So now that all the soil is in, I'm going to get the moss pole. I bought the moss pole on Amazon. I'll show you the package. It's been soaking in my sink, in a bucket in my sink for a little bit, just so it's kind of moist. But I will grab that along with the pins. I think I will stick it kind of right here in the middle. Let me see. So it can't go directly in the middle because there are a lot of roots, but I think right here in the back, I will show you guys once I get it. I will be right back. Let me grab the moss pole. Okay, so this is the moss pole that I got. Like I said, I got it on Amazon. It has two like metal, it has a metal casing around it where you can stick it down into the soil. And then this is what the package looks like. Like I said, I had it sitting in the sink, but this is what it is called. It is Totem Pole Plant Support. So that is that. And then it came with some of the stakes to stake the plant up. So let me see if I can show you where I'm going to put this. So I think I'm going to put it right back here. It's kind of in the middle, but a little bit towards the back. And then I'm just going to start putting the plant on the pole. Okay, so I'm going to start by, these are what the pins look like. So they're these little pins here. And I'm going to start by putting this one. So since the pole is really moist, I don't know if the pins are going to stick so well in there, but I will see what I can do. So there's the first one. Okay, so there's the first one. Let's see, second one is going to be, let's get this, see if we can get this big one up. Okay, so the pins are not sticking into the moss pole. As soon as I put them in, I think the moss pole is too wet and they just keep coming out. So I am going to wait until the moss pole dries out a little bit. So in the meantime, I'm just going to take this, it's like a Velcro type tape, just sticks to itself. And I'm going to take this and put the big parts of the plant up onto the pole. So like this big one here, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me try to do it. Okay, so this part here, there we go. So this is a huge leaf. I'm just going to take this, and this will be easier for me to reposition once the plant grows. So I think this will be easier than the pin. So I'm just going to stick that on there like that. So it just sticks to itself, and it's pretty easy to come off too. And then I'm going to stick this one up here. I'm hoping this looks good once it's all done, because it's been so out of control and it just looks like a big mess. All right, so this one down here, okay, and here's another one that we can stick up on here. I think this is going to look so much better once it's all done. And I hope the plant is happier too, that it got some new soil and isn't so root bound anymore. All right, and then I'm going to turn the plant so you guys can see what I'm doing on this side. All right, so far so good. I'm liking how it's looking. All right, so this huge branch right here, let me see if I can get it to come up this way. Okay. All right, so this big branch here, I am also going to stick up onto the moss pole. So this is not going to reach to the moss pole, so I think I'm just going to stick it to, I'm just going to Velcro it to this other branch that is on the moss pole just to get it up. Okay, and then this big one here, Alright, so this one I'm going to Velcro at the top. I'm using some old pruners. I got some new ones, so I just use these to for my plant stuff. They work good. So this one I'm gonna Velcro to the top. Okay, how does it look? Let's see. I think it looks so much better. There's still some leaves here that are sticking out, but that's fine. It just looks so much better. I will show you guys an after picture, a close-up after picture, but I think for right now it looks very good. There is one small leaf down here that is unfurling, but I want it to continue to unfurl these the splits, the leaves with the splits. So I'm super excited for this plant. I will definitely keep you guys updated and let you know how it's doing in its new pot, in its new soil, with its new moss pole. And I just want to thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you think the plant looks much better on the moss pole repotted. But again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. And until next time, guys, bye.